Hey YouTube, what's up? This is the Reluctant Navi back again. This is kind of news and views, but this is kind of a brothers, you need to watch your back. Sisters, you need to prepare yourself. And everybody need to pay attention to this. I see, well, first let me greet everybody. Hola, godak, oi to the bang, vasis los bonjamismi, kedu bawani, konnichiwa, ni hao ni ama, sani bonani, jambo habarigani, assalamu alaikum, and shalom. Hey, and good morning out there in Deutschland. I said this bandwagon black people, something to think about, right? You have a media black woman, the only black face at a meeting of seven white men talking about how to control the world. Get to that in a moment. Why do I have Bill Cosby up here? I mean, think about it. Why do I have Bill Cosby up here? People tagged him a rapist, this, that, and the other. Right? I can't say he's a rapist because no court, and he's had a trial now, no court has ever convicted this man of rape. All right? So I cannot say he's a rapist. Can I say that his lifestyle that he lived in the 70s when everybody was doing the same lifestyle and the women of Hollywood along with the men of Hollywood was in a whole lot of, shenanigan like stuff as to what as to it was sex, drugs, and rock and roll all day, all night. They only stopped to make music and rock and roll. Literally. This is how it was. All right. And anybody from that era could be set up to be taken down. So, why was this man taken down? What does that have to do with my title? Oh, yeah. The bandwagon. All right. We're going to talk about a report in the Wall Street Journal. It's called the Wealth Report. Billionaires try to shrink the world's population, report says, by Robert Frank, May 26, 2009, 11:57 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, and they put it in people's head that this is a good idea because we don't have enough food to feed the world. Until the food stuff was industrialized, like by ADM, we had more than enough food to feed the world. What it was they were encouraging people not to grow food for themselves by going in, taking U.S. rice and U.S. good, which is GMO'd, selling it dirt cheap to undercut the people that were growing their own farms. Then ADM or whatever U.S. government contracted food company, corporation, will go in, buy up all the land, tell the people, get the heck off your land. All right. Then have them grow the food. And when they grow the food and stuff for ADM charges them higher prices. That's how it works in Africa. Africans pay more money for their stuff, for their food, because it leaves Africa, comes back because of how the system is set up. The system is set up to keep people from being able to take care of themselves. All right, so then what's up with the population control then? Why are female TV stars going over to Africa, opening up schools just for girls? Understand this. They're opening up schools just for girls. They're going to Christianize the women. Right? Now, the first people to throw away their culture are the women. They Christianize the women. Then the women tell the elders, the people who has been living this life and doing things the right way for eons, tell them all of a sudden their life of joy and happiness is now wrong because some black lady from the United States came by and told them so because she got a lot of money. Nobody ever pays attention to who pays these people their money. So, and people think that these people that have the money have power. No, they don't. Because as soon as these people, you do something these people don't like, they come out against you. Oh, wait. Here comes Cosby creeping back into the beginning of what I'm trying to say. He's one of those people. So the report. The New York meeting of billionaires, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, David Rockefeller, Eli Board, George Soros, Ted Turner, Oprah. They don't even say Oprah Winfrey. Right? Understand this. Oprah, Michael Bloomberg, and others described by the Chronicle of Philanthropy as an informal gathering aimed at encouraging philanthropy. Right. Just a few billionaires getting together for some drinks and some dinner and a friendly chat about how to promote charitable giving. Right. Yeah, I'm sure y'all believe that. Now, I want you to pay attention to that. Everybody but the black woman was called by their first and last name. And the only time you don't have a last name is if your father is of no worth or you are just a servant of the people with the last names. Think about that. Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, David Rockefeller, Eli Board, Broad, George Soros, Ted Turner, Oprah, Michael Bloomberg, and others. So why do I got Cosby up here again? This is a documentary by Dennis Mueller and Deb Ellis. All right, and I want you to pay attention to something real quick. I keep telling you this, the goal, prevent coalition of militant black nationalist groups, prevent the rise of a messiah who could unify and electrify militant black nationalist movements, prevent a militant black national groups and leaders from gaining respectability by discrediting them to the community. A final goal should be to prevent the long-range growth of militant black nationalist organizations among youth. Excerpts from FBI COINTELPRO documents. What was that third one? If a so-called Messiah person arises, you discredit them to the community. So the whole thing with Bill Cosby, they knew that man didn't rape anybody. But how do you discredit a black man to his community? Well, back in the day, you really couldn't do that because most families was run by black men. But now you have a feminist mentality where the feminists, black women, kind of run the community. They run the community the way the white women want them to. So it's easy to lie on somebody. It is very easy to lie on a black man about these things. And I want to remind you, people, 41% of rape allegations turned out to be lies. False. 41%. Not 2%, not 1%, not 4%, not 1%, 41%. That means almost half of the time a black woman or a white woman says somebody physically assaulted her, that chances are she's lying. The sad and sucky part about it is it damages the credibility of those that are also telling the truth. All right? Because women in general lie. Their whole lifestyle is built upon lying. Women in general taught themselves there are good lies and bad lies. And so long as they determine what's a good and bad lie, everybody should just go along with it and not really have a say about it. Here's something for you to understand. When a woman walks out the house, she is a walking lie. She's made up fake hair. Some got fake lashes. She's in heels, fake height. She's a walking lie. And a black woman is worse. Because a black woman is the woman that say, oh, you got to be 6 feet to talk to her, right? I seen dudes shorter than, I see in here, in Rio. See it all the time. The dudes that the women pick are much shorter than they are some of the times. Some of the times the same height. I'm 5'9", and that's kind of tall around here. They're not eating GMO or foods. You know why I'm recovering so quickly? Because of all the places to get pneumonia, I got it here. Where I was able to take care of myself immediately. And I had the support of the people at the hotel that were genuinely concerned about me. Right? Now, I've been here enough that we've kind of gotten to know each other. I'm trying to practice my Portuguese on them. They're trying to practice their English on me. And so it's kind of crazy, right? But when you look at this, it is so easy for them to do the third thing because of the bandwagon Negroes in the black community that are slow to come to a conclusion when you put verifiable information before their face. All right? You can't talk about a black woman even though y'all go look at every video on my channel and tell me I lied about anything. But wait a minute. When they attack that black man, to these same Sambo sellouts and simps, to these same black women, when they attacked Bill Cosby, they didn't need no evidence. Why didn't they need any evidence? because he was a black man. So they used feminism to prepare the mentality of the women and the children of those women, the offspring, to reject a man out of hand without the need for evidence and a trial. And even at trial, if he's found not to have committed these deeds, oh, by the way, Cosby beat all of these trials. He didn't beat it. It was just that it was unfounded on all this garbage, right? And because of this, the people trashed him. So we're going to get back to why that happened. We're going to get to why that happened. But first, let's get back to this wealth report by Robert Frank. Now, in the background, that's not Robert Frank, that's John Berman, right? And the reason why I have him down there here is because of this picture down like the thumbnail shot, right? I'll explain that in a minute. All right, Robert Frank continues, there was no agenda, we're told, and no plan for a follow-up meeting, they're told. But in the age of fallen wealth idols, it is it's inevitable that a meeting of billionaire minds would draw scrutiny. Surely, all that money and power in one room had to spell trouble for the rest of us. And it did. You're a fool if you don't believe that. All right? An article in the Times of London headline Billionaire Club in bid to curb world population said the issue discussed in this top secret meeting. So that's worse than the Pentagon. Top secret meeting include health care, education, and by far the most controversial, slowing the global population growth. Why would they want to do that? And why would they want to get rid of the black man? Right? The black men are good at having strong children. All right? The black men, no matter who we put our seed in, it's very, very good seed. No matter what the soil. All right? The black man has sexual prowess. Now, when you take this into account and understand that white people respect numbers in everything, it has to be measured. Well, white people, they need to see the numbers. They respect numbers, right? And so they're talking about overpopulation as a priority. There is no overpopulation. When a guy can go to Hawaii and buy an island for itself, then the world is not overpopulated. All right. When we waste 40% of our food daily, we don't have too much food. I mean, we don't have too little food. We have too much food. When people go hungry, it isn't because of lack of food. It isn't because they're overpopulated. It's because of the greed of the top billionaires. All right. So the billionaires go and they start some schools and stuff. Right. And they pray little girls out and stuff. Here's the thing. If you notice that anything that these billionaires do, they do only for the women. For the girls. They spread this pseudo-Christianity everywhere. Why? Because it is the one religion that brainwashes people so thoroughly that you do whatever the leader, the pastor, tells you to do, even if he asks you to sin, or even if he's sinning with you, namely the pastor that was sleeping with his parishioner's wife and got caught in the daughter's bed. screwing the wife in her daughter's bed, and the wife sends the husband to jail for being angry that he came into the house and caught her screwing the pastor in the daughter's bed. That's a divorce case where he should get the children, because remember, he was called from work to go pick up his son because they couldn't reach the mom, and they couldn't reach the mom because she was being, the pastor was laying pipe all up in her. All right, so she did not have any concern for her family, her children, or nothing. That's grounds for divorce, and he should get the children and everything. And any judge should understand that when you catch your wife being screwed by the pastor in the bed, and the pastor has to run out the house naked and hide by some picket fence, naked, and then he gives an apology, and then the rest of the women are okay with it, that shows you how brainwashed black women are, where they will accept a person doing evil so long as you're their person doing the evil. Right? So, taking their cue from Bill Gates, they agreed that overpopulation was a priority. The article said, adding that this could be the result in a challenge third world politicians who believe contraception and female education weaken traditional values. Oh, that's why they're in Africa to attack that. That's why they want to get rid of people that speak against homosexuality in Africa. That's why they want to get rid of those men that want to maintain the traditions of Africa. That's why they want to destroy black men in America that's realizing that our way of our traditions and the commandments trumps those that Christianity would give, trumps the money thing, trumps a degree, trumps everything when we're talking about living in joy and having strength and power. And wealth is not the amount of money that you have. Right? I found out here I have a lot of wealth. That even when I'm at home, I have wealth. But I was like, but I don't have money. Right? Wealth isn't in money. Wealth is in your ability to pass something along. Some of the stuff here that I learned about myself came from Aunt Selima. And it was some things she said to me about myself. She said, "You're a very wealthy man. How you keep all this you know inside you? You must pass this along." And that's what she said. And then I said, I don't have anybody to pass this along to. And then, if it was one of them V8 commercials, with with the where they bop you in the head, I'm doing an entire YouTube channel where I'm passing this along to somebody. Go figure. All right. Such a stand wouldn't be surprising. Messrs. Gates, Buffett, Turner have been quietly worrying about the Malthusian population problem for years. Right? And I'm going to just cool it there. Y'all can read the rest. There has never been any population problem, right? So, why do I have John Berman in here? All right. He went and did an ABC News piece about this meeting, about this population thing. And while the Wall Street Journal Wealth Report, Robert Frank, raises serious alarms, he turns them into the Super Friends. The Super Friends. Right? $125 billion in these rooms. And when you see, look at these pictures, When you look at this and see the only black face is a black woman, when you are planning for the destruction of black people, even black men will not go that far when you're trying to destroy black people everywhere. But if you could get a black woman to buy in on it, she'll do it. Our biggest problem with the serpent has been the black woman. And I told you before, the black woman had relations with the serpent. And that's why she got the punishment she got in the way that she got them. And that Eve spirit have not left many of the black women. That Eve Lilith spirit is a dangerous thing for black people everywhere, because they will sell you out in a minute. Now, for people that says, well, this black woman has power, no, she don't. The power is these white men. They use her as a pawn to go into black places because of her celebrity, to spread their agenda, which, like a virus, ends up destroying them inside out. Why did I put John Berman up here? Because he took what Robert Frank wrote and tried to put this, oh, good morning, ABC News spin on it, making them like the super friends. They mean only good. Anybody that has secret meetings on how to run you do not mean you any good. Let's just get that understood. Anybody that's a billionaire is evil by the sense that they are billionaires running around trying to use their money to control other people. Right? These are different from the millionaires that want to live by themselves on an island. These are people that think that it's their job to manipulate and control the world. Where are they getting their marching orders from? Man, I wish Dana Carvey was here, because he might say something like, Satan, with an echo. Which brings us back to Bill Cosby. What happened to Bill Cosby? It prevented him from buying NBC and gave the white establishment a reason to take down every TV show in syndication that he put up. And understand these shows. Shows that we don't see anymore, even in syndication, from black people. All right. Family Matters, strong black male, family role model. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, because we're only seeing that because of Avery and Will Smith. Right? Any of the Cosby stuff, A Different World, which promoted education, not just college, it promoted education, right? And the Cosby Show, strong black male, all right? In these things, they needed to trash the black man. And they knew that the herd mentality of the black people was enough to do it. Why? Because they're bandwagon people. And they can't see past tomorrow, much less see what's going on today. They don't do any research. They make comments on videos without watching the video. This is how sorry the bandwagon black men and queens, Quean women are. You don't need evidence to persecute a black man trying to do something big. All right, but you can use them to stop that agenda. Remember the third thing? Discredit him before his community. They weren't trying to put Bill Cosby in jail. They knew they couldn't. They knew what was going on back then. They knew he didn't rape anybody. All right? They knew that all they had to do was get women to come and lie. And then the feminist agenda, bandwagon black women, they would jump in, unite with the white women, form Voltron, and destroy this idea of this man buying NBC, which would give him production over putting positive black male images back in the media view. With that said, I'm out. And remember, 41% of rape claimants lied. With that said, I'm out. Oh, look at the evidence. Look at the chart. All right, I'm out.